I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
52 right here. 52. And let's pin the mirrors back and go for it.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage.
And everyone always tells me the fullback is leaving the game, and then I say, hold on a second. What about Kyle Juszczyk? Two-time Pro Bowler, maybe the best all-around fullback in the game for his ability to block, catch, and occasionally run the football inside.
Early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
It's our time. Hey, alert!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
You have a game with a lot of contact. Tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On the ground, Richard. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter. Richard looking for a seam, but finding none. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Richard trying the right side. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
That would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. It's a screen to Richard. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Starting the drive was Snell. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game. Facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. This is Richard. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
11.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Here we go. 180. 1, Omaha.
53. Who that?
On 1st down, Richard.
180.
On 2nd down now, Richard. And he gets this to the 35.
Despite the blitz, he's still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5.
That's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
2nd down and goal. Murray.
You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
On the draw, Richard. And not much to speak of.
Here we go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Garoppolo 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Richard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one goes for about 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Number 53.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a give to Richard. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 5. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Able to power through to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the 1st down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit.
On 2nd down, it's Snell.
Energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him.
1st down, Murray. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there. 50.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Murray. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones.
This guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this.
That hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a throw to the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. If you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. midfield. Here's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! Mike, quarterback, don't get nervous now. 11.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Garoppolo again. And he's going to be sacked.
Go ahead.
They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there. And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Shotgun now from Murray. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin with a couple of hard-hitting franchises, former division mates, Seattle taking on Oakland. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead in that one. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's make the trek down to Southern California as we check on the Chargers at home in Carson. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Todd Gurley, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well.
We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made, well, this is taken in. It's complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On second down, here's Murray. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And
the Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Vita Vea able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Encroachment, defense.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Garoppolo now, and he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll run on 1st down. Richard, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's Samuel, caught left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award on this very field, Von Miller. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The first carry for Josh Adams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the end zone, but knocked away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 22. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down.
Not a whole lot of room there, but there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here.
I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Garoppolo, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with Snell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go. Sometimes a thing of beauty.
Here's Snell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On On third down, they go with Adams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Garoppolo to try again into the pick six. Man open, it's Goodwin. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Garoppolo now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. The Niners on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. Critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick.
56 is the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance.
But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
To throw, it's Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And then they could make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Comes the Arizona defense now onto the field. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old when they click off the frame at the end of a play.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. It's a screen to Richard. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there. Check. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy,
feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And they'll run it here with Adams. Now Jones. Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, and they're also the same coaches as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you don't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers.
Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. You're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. Those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Good gain there on 1st down. That keeps them in a running situation probably.
They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Niners, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.